Om Vame Manasi Pratisthita Manome Vachi Pratishthitam Aviravirma Edi Vedasyama Anistha Shrutam Me Ma Prahasi Anena Dhitena Horatran Samdadhami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And I was always mentioning this every time you read Shanti Patra, you get another insight. Yes, you most probably got tired of this, listening to me every time, bringing some new insight from the same verse. Today I got another glimpse while reading. It comes like a fresh beam or something, like this moment. You feel freshness and light. It's like a beam of light. Why Rishi asks, protect me, the speaker, protect me, the speaker, because when you speak of these inner truths to the hostile time, to the darkness in which we are all living in this time and space, which is not receptive of the inner truth, it's a very dangerous moment. Yeah? Either you will lose the inner connection, or you will be misinterpreted and abused by the outer world. And that's why the speaker who expresses the inner truth needs protection. He needs protection. He will be attacked by all these forces. He will be challenged by them. He will be ridiculed. He will be, and the worst part, he may disconnect from the inner connection while expressing it outside. Every time we express, it's a very dangerous position to speak about the inner truth outside, unless you are rishi or something, or you are chosen to do so. Even then, protection is to be there. Otherwise, by speaking of it, you will lose the very meaning of it, because you are connecting it to the darkness, and darkness will pervade and make it uninteresting, make it ordinary, change all the accentuations of meaning, and that connection will disappear. That's why he needs the protection. All right, here we stopped at number 9. Pitushchit udhach janusha viveda vi asyadhara asrajat vidhenach guhacharantam sakhibhich shivebhich divo yahvibhich naguha babhuva. At his birth, he discovered the teat of abundance of the Father. He loosed forth wide his streams, wide his nourishing rivers. Or, there is a footnote, or he loosed forth his milk cows. He discovered him moving in the secrecy with the helpful comrades, with the mighty rivers of heaven. But himself became not secret in the cave. You can see how much is here in one verse. The whole Vedic psychology is already here. Udhach. Udhach is usually, the cow has udhach. Yes, we are using udder. Udder which produces milk. Of course, the father doesn't have udder. And interesting is that for the rishi who is using Sanskrit, this is the beauty of Sanskrit. It does not have that strict outer usage of the word. It has that freedom and relation to the meanings and to the central meanings. So Pitu, Pitri, if we look at Pitri word, the father, like Matri, the mother, or Duhitri, the daughter, and so on. So we will see that it has a function. And that function can be used in many ways. It's a functional word. It's not only the father as a creator in terms of ordinary looking at the male who is producing the children. He is from root pa, to fill, to fulfill. He is the fulfiller, the supporter. That's why he is the father. And mother is the creatrix because she shapes the creation. She's the shaping power. And he is the filling power. He is filling us with his presence or with his substance. Without the father, without Sat, without the being, nothing could be. Because every being has his beingness. Every being is filled with his presence. So I'm just trying to philosophically undo this idea that Uddhah cannot be with the father. It can be. So, but otherwise it sounds very strange that the teeth of the father. It doesn't make sense. There is no such thing in the outer world. But it is not about this. He discovered the source of abundance of the Father, from where all the substance comes into play, into the universe, the rivers, the nourishing and fulfilling streams of milk, of substance, of ambrosia, of soma, of delight of existence, which fulfills the substance. It is his presence. So he discovered that source when he was born. In the moment of his birth, he released the streams to flow wide with nourishing milk, knowledge, truth, substance, ambrosia. I put all these words for this dhenach, nourishing dhenu, from root dhe, to suckle, to feed, to nourish. From here dhenu, the cow which is feeding the calf. So these nourishers were released, asrajat, V in all directions, dhara, the streams nourishing, dhenach, dharach. Or he adds even milk cows. It would be dhenavach mainly milk cows, but dhenach are kind of nourishing streams. Him hidden in the cave of the heart, guha charantam, literally moving or walking or staying there in the cave. Sakhabih. Sakhin is the one who is sharing the same space. Sakha, yes, together with kha. Kha is space. We have in other words like dukkha or sukha. Yeah? Sukha, perfect space. Dukkha, bad space. Sakha, same space. So with those who share with him the same space, with comrades literally, or those who accompanied him, companions. Shivebih, with companions blissful. Divach Yahvibih, with the streams young and fresh from heaven. Divach of heaven or from heaven, Yahvibi streams as if Nagohaba Bhuva. He was not hidden. He could not stay hidden. So it seems that these nourishing streams and companions make him visible, make him manifest him, bring him forward. It is them who connect him, the divine there, the flame within, to the rest of the creation. It is through them or by them or with their help that we can discover the soul within us, the divine within. They are the mediators. They are the introducers of his presence to the manifestation. That's why he loosed forth wide his streams of the Father. And these streams, manifesting the worlds, connected him hidden there in his cave and made him accessible to us. It makes totally sense when we study integral yoga. This is just another language about the same. Because we have those faculties of consciousness which have to become transparent and oriented within and allowing the inner light to reach to the surface. This is them, in the language of the Upanishads.
So the companions are the faculties of consciousness in us?
In the Upanishadic language, yes. In the Vedic language, these are the streams, yes, those nourishing streams. Nourishing water. These are the streams of soma, of delight. Delight of existence is on every level. Wherever we go to the mental level. On the mental level, we have so much delight, so much enjoyment. We are giggling, we are joking, we are this, we are that. That is soma, which we partake on the mental level. Then on the vital level, the same. On the physical level, there's so much enjoyment. We eat food, this is physical enjoyment. So all this all together is a kind of expression of that ambrosia. And those streams, where do they come from? They come from the Father, from the fulfiller, from the one who fulfills all. Otherwise, if he is not there, if being is not there, nothing can be. By the way, in our discussion about Prashna Upanishad, it's also related to the same thing. What struck me that we didn't take it for immediately. We didn't see that what Taittiriya says, all comes from prana, lives by prana, and goes into prana. All comes from matter, lives by matter, and goes into matter. All lives by mind, comes from mind, lives by mind, and goes into mind. All comes from the supermind, lives by the supermind, and goes into the supermind. All comes from Ananda, bliss, lives by bliss and goes into bliss. If you see all this, it's just a spelling out of that beingness of these streams, these nourishing streams of the Father. Everything is within him. Everything is coming from him, related, connected with him, and goes into him. And this is the law of preservation of energy. It's all within him. He is the one. Speaking in the physical terms, in the terms of physical science, of physics. Even on the physical level, there is a law which is bewildering me every time when I think of it. The law of preservation of energy. Unbelievable law. Just think about it. It can't be true, no? We are so used to wastage of energy, and here we have a law of preservation of energy. It's never wasted. So, Pitushcha garbham janitushcha babhare purvih eko adhayat pipiyana vrishne sapatni shuchaye sabandhu ubhe manushye nipahi ubhe manushiye nipahi. This is the deconstruction of the meter. Notice that Vedic Sanskrit does not like samasas, yes, composed words. It likes to have every word separately standing. As those who study Sanskrit, we will come to classical. It will be so much indulging in samasas, making long words. Sometimes the one word will be the whole page. Yeah? They really indulge in it. Here, they don't want that. Because they are expressing the meaning which has to be expressed. It's not something which has to be kind of composed or to show the skill of the poet. They are not showing off. Yeah? They are bringing some power into expression. So again, we have pituch, janituch, generator, or pituch, fulfiller. Of the fulfiller, garbham, a child, or the embryo. Literally, garbha is the embryo or the child. The child, so he carried the child of the father who begot him. Notice how interesting it is. Pitushcha garbham janitushcha babhare. He, the Agni, carried within himself the father who begot him. The son is the father. The son whom father begot carries within himself the father. Purvihekach adhayat pipiyana. He sucked the milk of many who nourished him with their overflowing pipiyana, being swelling with their fullness of delight. Yes, he suckled on them. He sucked their milk, their nourishment from many purvih, many streams. Purvih here is feminine gender. Pipiyana also feminine gender. Of all these nourishing streams swelling with delight, on them he nourished himself. He sucked their milk, overflowing. Two who have one Lord and kinsman, sapatni, two, with one patich, with one husband, two ladies with one husband, sabandhu, and one kinsman, so with the same bandhu. These are normal words of Hindi or any other language. For this pure male of the herds, vrishne, shuchaye, for this pure male, vrishne shuchaye, of the herds, because he is the leader of the herds, the bull. God both in the human being. Manushye nipahi. God, he is the imperative, yes, God. Please, God. In the man, these two who are nourishing him, the Lord within. So the child of the Creator, Father, he bore in himself. Being one, he is sucking the milk of many. The two wives are with one husband and of one relation. For the pure Lord, bull, protect them both in man, the mental being. Who are these two mothers of Agni, or of the Lord? This is, as we know from other hymns, this is Naktoshasa. So this is the Nakta and Ushasa, yes? So Ushas and Nakta. Nakta is the night, Ushas is the dawn. Two mothers, day and night. They are the nourishers of the Lord. In their alternation, in their opening the space, the same space they occupy one by one, with the same mind, different in form, they nourish constantly the flame within. This is the technology, Vedic technology. Right? In Manushya, interesting. In the one who has the mind. So Agni is the son of the father, and he carries within himself the father, and our psychic being, if we come to our language of integral yoga, is the son of the father, the only son of the father, the only son of God is the psychic being. There is no other son. And the rest is the nature, or the means, or the work for transformation, or the field of action, the field and the knower of field. We are the knower of field. We are the soul representative of the Father. So within the psychic being, there is Adhyajna, as Krishna says. I am Adhyajna in the heart of every man. So there is the one, the Purushottama within, the Lord. The very idea of individual coming into being is because there is the Lord within that soul. Otherwise, there would be no individual soul. It's impossible to imagine. Individual soul is a representative of the Lord. And that's why it is said that he carries within himself the Father. He carried the child of the Father who begot him. Kind of confusing statement here. I do not know who carried who anymore. So he asks to protect these two mothers in the Manushya, protect the superconscient and inconscient, two great movements of the nature, the Paraprakriti and Aparaprakriti, who are constantly working for manifestation of the Lord. By the way, the whole technology, how it is done by Aparaprakriti, is beautifully described in the human cycle and also in the ideal of human unity. But human cycle, just see how Sri Aurobindo speaks about Prakriti, nature, what nature does, what nature wants to do, how she cares about this or about that, how she tries this, tries that. And she's constantly engaged, and her purpose is the manifestation of the divine. And it's very difficult to manifest him in the individual forms. Very difficult, because she has to maintain the harmony and the, this economy of things. And everything ecologically has to fit into her scheme. How the whole nature is, look at the nature, it is managing itself. It's unbelievable. Again, the law of preservation of energy is working. She found the way to do it with individual forms, species of different kind, different levels. It is she, and she has to be protected in Manushya. She, Aparaprakriti, and Paraprakriti also. And then, Urao Mahan, Anibadhe, Urao Mahan Anibadhe, Vavardha, Apo Agnim Yashasach Samhi Purvich, Ritasya Yonao Ashayad Damunach, Jaminam Agni Apasi Swasrenam. Vast was he in the unobstructed wideness, and grew, for the waters many and glorious fed the flame. In the native seat of the truth the fire laid down and made his home. In the work of the companions, the sisters, these sisters we mentioned before, 10 sisters, nourishing the flame. In the vastness, with no obstruction he grew vast. Urao in the vastness. Mahan, Vavardha grew Mahan great. Anibadhe, in the unobstructed vastness. There was no end to it, no obstruction, no borders, unlimited, illimitable vastness. In it he grew great. The waters being many, Purvich many, and glorious Yashasach made him composed and gathered. Some he. There is not even made here. Apach, waters, Yashasach, glorious, Purvich, many, some he, gathered him totally, or composed him and gathered. There is no verb here, only some, only the prefix. This is sometimes common for the ancient Vedic language. They omit the verb, but the prefix itself will be telling us what is happening. Because prefix is independent word in Vedic Sanskrit, which is not the case in classical. Ritasya yono, in the yoni of Rita, in the yoni of the truth. Ashayat, he laid, in the womb of the truth he lay down, as in his home. Damuna, domesticated, domesticated is the wrong word. Damuna is the one who belongs to your home. Domicile, yeah? How do we say not domesticated? There's another word. Belonging to home. In the action of the companion sisters is the flame. Jami are the companion of the one who is born at the same time. Something like siblings, yeah? Sisters. The Jaminam Svasrinam Apasi, in the action of the sisters born from the same womb, he is the flame. He is the flame in their action. Now, the word apas is interesting. It is used twice here. Apo as the waters and apas as the action. The only difference is in the stress, in the accent. So apo is the waters and apasi, is the action because of the accentuation, we know it. Yeah? Not in the waters of the sisters, but in the action of the sisters. From this root up we have apatya. Apatya is offspring. In Tamil we have appa. It is that forgotten ancient Vedic word. Yeah? which means from root up, from which apas is produced as an action. So these sisters we mentioned before, so we will not dwell on them now. It's an easy word. Now we are going to number 12. Akrona babharich samithe mahinam dadriksheyach sunave bharijikach ud usriya janita yojajana apam. Again apam garbho nritamo yahvo agni. Like a height upbearing all, or all like one moving and upbearing all, in the meeting of the great waters, eager for vision for the sun, straight in his lustres. He is the Father who begot the shining ray herds, the child of the waters, the most strong and mighty fire. I will read this is a difficult verse because akrach is not very clear what it is. It's a very rare word. Agni is like an enclosure. I'm taking it from the dictionary. Enclosure like the fence that holds the clash of the great waters. Something like the clash of the great waters, like splashing of the waters, or the fight of the different water streams. It's in them, he holds them within himself, as it were. Or he holds the whole that creation of the waters within himself. Very strange imagery. We may dwell on it and may be discovering something more. Who is sincere in his light. Bharijika. I translate Rijika as sincere because Riju is straight and sincere. So Bha is light, Rijika straight. Who is sincere in his light or shining straight. Yeah. Who is wanted to be seen for the sake of the sun. Sunave, for the sun. We can skip for the sake. For the sun is wanted to be seen, or wants to be visible, let us say. The Creator who brought to birth the luminous herds, Janita, Yach, Jajana, who produced Usriyach, luminous herds, Ud, upward, who brought them upward, the child of waters, Apam Garbhach, Nritama, the strongest among all the powers, soul powers, Yahweh, Agni, most energetic Agni. So these are all the epithets and descriptions of Agni, one of which is very difficult to understand, and different translators translate it totally different. This Akrona Babharich. Babharich is the one who carries, who bears. From root bhri, to bear. But the bearer like akrach, like the enclosure bearer, or like the Yelizarenko translates like the horse, bearer like the horse. But nobody knows really. Shubinder translates like a height upbearing all. Interesting. Like the height. In the meeting of the great waters. Samithe. Samitra is the meeting or the clash or the conflict or the battlefield. So it is this of the coming together, let us say, of the coming together of the great waters, the bearer like akrach. And akrach can be translated as the center, enclosure, banner, and sometimes even as the horse or the leader, maybe even. As the banner is. He wants to be seen for the sun, straight with his rays. He who produced the luminous herds, he who is the son of the waters, the most powerful among all soul powers, the most energetic flame. Okay, if something will come to you, you will share. I will go forward. Apam, because it will repeat itself again. Apam garbham darshatam oshadhinam vanajajana subhaga virupam devasa shchit manasa samhi jagmuh panishtham jatam tavasam duvasyan. One desirable and blissful gave birth to him in many forms, a visioned child of the waters and a child of the growths of earth, all the greenery. The gods too met with the mind of the fire, strong at his birth and powerful to act, and set him to his work. And powerful to act, there is a footnote, or most admirable. My translation, or interpretation rather, she, I'm saying she because vana is feminine gender. It's a stick, it's a wooden stick which produces fire. Vana subhaga, she who is full of delight and blissful, and bliss better, full of delight and bliss. Vanasubhaga produced Jajana, brought to birth him who is the child of waters. Apam Garbham, beautiful in vision, Darshatam, the essence of the plants, Garbham Oshadhinam, who has various forms, Virupam. Even the gods agreed to worship him, Devasa Shchit Manasa Sam Hi Jagmuch. Literally, they came together in their mind, or by their mind, even the gods came together in their minds, or agreed to worship him. Duvasyan. Duvasyan, interesting word, worshipping. Came together, agreeing, worshipping him. Sri Aurobindo translates this word usually differently than worshipping. He translates it kind of making work, intensifying in energy, which is close to worshipping. Intensifying in energy, when you worship someone, you bring more and more focal concentration of consciousness, which makes it more and more effective. Even the gods agreed to worship him and make him work, transforming all into the divine prototype. And that is what is Duvasyan, him who is the most glorious, Panishtam, powerful, Tavasam, when he is born, Jatam. So in the moment of his birth, of breaking through to, when he is born, he is always reaching to the surface, to the darkness. He illumines the darkness. He breaks through, and in that moment he is the most powerful, because most probably he fulfills his purpose, to be born. The light of the divine is to be born here, to come to the surface, to reveal itself, reveal its secret. So this Vana Subhaga, interesting. At first I thought it was Vanani Subhagani as a different form of neuter. But then in the dictionary I found a totally different word, vana, and it is referred only in this hymn. It's so rare, only in this verse. Right. The piece of wood used for kindling fire by attrition. But I don't think it is that. I think it's just given some explanation by the translators, because there is no other way to explain it. How vana can be she. But root van is also tadvanam, is delight, and it's also winning, also enjoying. Yes? Win is the same etymology, interesting, van. And enjoying, winning, conquering, and Sri Aurobindo translates tadvanam in Kena Upanishad as that delight. So, because greenery is full of delight, soma, they have that juice, ambrosia, that sap of enjoyment. And vana is the one who has that delight, and subhaga with perfect bliss. Vana subhaga gave him birth to Agni. So who is this Vana subhaga? We can only guess. Yes, it is the Divine Mother who brought to birth flame. That's why I put she, who is full of delight and bliss, because I want to emphasize this hidden meaning of she as the mother. Yes, Kinshuk.
Vladimir, just a thought. Just as Rai is Soma and it comes out of the earth or of matter, and the growths of the earth would mean delight coming out of matter, and mother would be synonymous with earth. So I'm just getting a kind of mixed imagery of all this. Just wanted to share that.
Nice. Thank you. Right. Panishtram also can be, if you look at this, we translate it as the most glorious. But pan root is also to praise, the most deserving the praise or the worship or the invocation. And that's why the most glorious, whom we have to invoke, we want to praise him, yes, because he is the most glorious. The superlative degree of the adjective. All right, and then it complicates more and more. This is a complicated hymn. Brehantach idv bhanavo bharejikam agnim sachanta vidyutona shukrach guheva vridham sadasi sue o sve antach apara urve amrita duhanach. Vast sun blazings cleave like brilliant lightnings to this fire, straight in his lustres, growing as in a secret cave within, in his own home, in the shoreless wideness, and they draw the milk of immortality. So interesting. Brehantach id bhanavach. Bhanavach, bhanu is the beams. Yeah, I will read even the vast luminous beams like the shining and piercing lightnings follow Agni, Sachanta, or cleave to Agni, whose light is straight. His light is straight, and they all cleave to him. Him who grew strong as if he was in his own secret place. We do not know how he grows, where he grows from. Nobody has any idea. It's in a secret place, and then suddenly we see the flame. They follow in a shoreless vastness, milking immortality. They follow him in his shoreless vastness, milking immortality. They follow him, we need, in his. I am very free in putting things because I am putting here interpretation. I'm not doing the translation. The translations are given by others. Sri Aurobindo also very close to the word to word, though many times he interprets. Yeah? But mine is, I'm free to interpret. I specially chose this style because there is no other way to come close to the meaning. If I leave the words as they are in the dictionary, you will not be happy at all. You will see hardly anything. So Brehantach, vast, indeed, id, Bahanavach, the beams. Bharijikam, it is the epithet of Agni, whose light is straight, Agnim. The Agni whose light is straight, Sachanta, follow, or cleave to. Vidyutach na shukrach, as if the blazing lightnings, they cleave to him. All the lights of all the stars, of the sun, of the moon, all the beams of light. Bhanu is an interesting word because it tells us only about beams of light, but whose we do not know. Bhanu can be the moon, the sun, the star, anything which shines, all the lights, all the beams of, all the rays of lights follow him whose lights are straight. Like the lightnings, luminous, they cleave to him. To him who is as if in the secret place grows and then reveals himself. They follow him in the shoreless vastness, milking immortality. What an image, yeah? The light which is filling our cosmos. The cosmos is a dark matter. There is no light in it, as it were, but the beams of light are pervading, penetrating the whole, this bubble of space, infinite space, revealing to us, to our sight, the vision. And they follow him, the leader, the flame, who has his luster straight, like the lightnings cleaving to him, milking immortality in the vastness.
It's like the supermind.
Something amazing, yeah. Well, okay, I will stop here today on this kind of note of we don't need to rationalize everything. We can stay with this image, with this beautiful image of all the light is following Agni as the Lord, as the one who brings the Father into manifestation. Because his purpose is straight, his vision is clear, he is totally sincere in his shining, and they all cleave to him in his shoreless vastness, milking immortality. Right? Well, most probably you, after traveling to India, you lost the connection with all of this. It's every week dosage of some kind of, flight, and trying to widen our reasons, yeah, which are very black and white, clearly cutting things into pieces. And here there is nothing much to cut, only to become silent. So welcome back to our treatment. I'm joking. Okay, I'm pulling your leg a bit.
In fact, the silence has deepened more, and one can understand but can't express.
Right. These verses are also making your mind a bit silent, no? They switch off your kind of... You try to receive the meaning differently, not through only analysis. Analysis is failing. Or they are leading you like koans, like some kind of paradox. They lead you to the stupor from which you cannot get out. Yeah? And there you will have to stay for a while, receiving some other message, feeling the presence of consciousness, that it is real after all. So not only mental expression of it is real. Sometimes I'm thinking that I am enjoying it more than anybody else. Speaking to myself. Everybody looks at me as if this idiot talking to himself and happily rejoicing with his own kind of ideas, his own jokes. And then he goes again.
No, it is not like that. I think we enjoy it quite a lot. Although our understanding is nowhere close, but
Yeah, we have to grow into understanding. Yes, nobody has it. We are coming like beggars for delight here, as it is said about Agni. Agni comes to the dawn like a beggar, begging the delight from the dawn. So we are all aspiring for this delight from the illumination from above. And sometimes it comes. What a creation was made, the Veda, yes? In India. What a foundation for spirituality. No wonder that Sri Aurobindo speaks about it everywhere. He even finishes the whole human cycle with a quotation from the Veda. So that's the future of our spiritual society, which was envisioned in the Veda already. All right, okay, we can stop here. Some observations, so I'm not letting you speak, yes? No observation. Robin is hiding there somewhere, yes? He is not well? Not well. Poor.
Yes, he has a very bad throat.
Oh, God.
He's not speaking.
Sorry to hear. You are here also. Your throat is not also good.
Yeah.
So what do? You take some medicine or something?
Yeah, young medicines.
Good. Yeah. But it was useful to go to India. It was good. It was meaningful.